a good round of footy. It was
Not bad.
exciting.
Good to have 9 games.
Yeah, I can smell finals, Gaz.
Oh, no,
yeah.
can
Not
you?
quite the cut grass, but, you know, I can feel like it's around the corner.
3 teams went off the bye too, so can we debunk
Put that to bed.
Yeah.
Hey, Zach Tui
Right.
coming into the studio is going to be fantastic. He breaks Jimmy Stein's games record this weekend, and real character, so I'm looking forward to having him in the house, which will be absolutely fantastic. Lots to get through. AFL Ladder, always a good look, and for those out there that are waiting for the premiership window, that's coming tonight as well. No, you'll be excited about that.
Walking?
No walk and talk. 3 have separated themselves, and then it's a bun fight. The Demons are back in the pack, no question about it.
5 teams chasing 4th, Gaz. Now, you know, there's some teams from outside the top 8 can certainly still make it, especially with Essendon's loss. You look at their Geelong, GWS, Fremantle, all the way down to Sydney, really, on the back of that big win against West Coast a couple of weeks ago to get their percentage up, Bucks.
Yeah, every week we'll throw up teams that look like they might have let an opportunity slip, and others that have taken their chances. Obviously, GWS getting over Melbourne, and now Melbourne at 9 wins are leaving themselves exposed in that 4th spot.
Yep, with 3 big games. I know you're the look-ahead person, not me. And all that work you did last week, you got them all right.
Yeah,
so
no, I've changed a few of those.
Yeah, exactly. I told you.
He's got to redo his 8.
What's your big question? What's your biggest one for the weekend?
Well, what are the elements behind Port's success, Gaz? We haven't spent a huge amount on Port Adelaide, but they're a great team to watch.
12 in a row.
12 in a row. It's amazing. Since Warren Treadray made the comment that Ken Hinkley's job is untenable, they've won 12 in a row. So I would have thought now you'd lock him up, but obviously this helps. Absolutely. Dan Houston's probably the only man on the ground capable of that with a wet ball after the side. He's got a beautiful leg on him. I loved his approach. He marked that with about 20 seconds to go, but straight away he knew he was going back to the top of the mark and taking the pressure on board.
Well, the best way to score there is to go over the top of the congestion, because every Essendon player was in the back 50 and every Port Adelaide player is trying to match that up, so it's pretty hard to get it.
Absolutely, it's amazing. It's similar narrative to Collingwood last year, isn't it? So 67% win rate when trailing at three-quarter time, like Collingwood last year. Everyone else is at 10%.
That's the others are a 121 game sample size, of which only 12 teams have been able to win when trailing at three-quarter time. That's the 10%. The others 2 or 4 out of 6.
That's right, 4 of 6.
And a lot of I think 5 of those 6 for Port Adelaide were when they were grinding out of that average start to the year, and they just grinded their way into a couple of really solid wins. That's what stands out to me.
Yeah, it does.
Is their preparedness just to stay in the contest for longer.
They're playing in the manner of their coach. You know, the coach is emotional. Kenny said he's an emotional person. I love the fact he's gone down the bench. You know, so he's gone down the bench. He's there with the players. They're playing on emotion. They're really lapping that up. They've got the superstar young midfielders like Horn Francis, Rosie and Butters, who have gone into that midfield. Obviously, Horn Francis come in. Like, they are absolute jets of the competition, aren't they? So that's been a big change, Gaz. That's been a big element for them, no doubt about it. Now, the pressure has been amazing. You look at their pressure, in last quarters especially, they really ramp it up. It's over 200, 4th quarter pressure rating. When bodies are getting tired, they just keep coming and keep working and put that pressure on. So you look at this on Saturday night, 160 up until three-quarter time. Over 200 in that last quarter.
There who keeps his head over the ball or under the ball, not known for his courage, but he keeps doing it because that's what's been asked and required to play in this team.
Yeah, so it's just tremendous effort. So we talk about playing the spirit of Ken Hinkley. Well, that's just now they're just building up, and now they're getting this belief. They're getting a belief that they can run over the top of teams. Look at Powell Pepper. So he lined up behind the stoppages on Saturday night and was coming through like a wrecking ball, Gaz. You wouldn't want to be an Essendon midfielder. You would have thought you were going to get your head taken off.
It's a self-fulfilling thing. We saw it last week, and now it's real again. So you mentioned the pressure was 160 third quarter, and they sat there, they looked at each other and said, we know. The expectation is that we can go to another level, and they did.
And that belief is powerful.
What about game style? Is there anything...
Corridor. They are a team that's happy just to keep taking the corridor on no matter what. Now, they may not have designed this at the start of the season, but I think it's eventuated this way in their conference. So look at the boundaries, 15th in the competition, 3rd. And that was highlighted on Saturday night. You just see their willingness to go there. Even when Essendon has a lot of defenders there, Bucks, they're still going to take it on. They want the ball in the corridor. They want the direct route to goal.
It's amazing here, and they still go, and they still find something.
It might have been a little bit condition focused, but most sides there will try and make the ground big and then trying to create space. But Port Adelaide are willing to stay in the corridor, and the opposition now know that they're going to go there. but Port Adelaide lengthen forward here, which creates the space for their little kicks or the gaps that they're looking to find, and they're not afraid to go to contest.
They'll go to contest. They've got more options than just Dixon as well, Gaz. So not as reliant on Dixon. Finlayson's had a really good year. Marshall as well. Obviously, Powell Pepper brings the pressure at ground level. And the kickers. I think they've added the extra element of game style. Now, this is predicated in the back half. This is predicated on Aliir holding up. So they've gone for the smaller defence. They've chocked it up with kickers. Jones, Houston, Burton, Farrell back there. McKenzie's a really good kick as well. Now, obviously, Aliir had to stand up. Now, Gaz, he's in all-Australian form as a stopper, but also an interceptor. So that's allowed them to play the smaller defence with that kicking style, and that's brought that element of being able to score from the back half when they used to be predominantly just a forward-half team. That was really their only method of scoring.
Love it. So you convinced? I know that latter position tells you that you know they are, but you're convinced at this stage?
I am absolutely convinced, yes. Right. I'm convinced. I'm not saying they're going to win a premiership, but they're going to be in the mix, no doubt about it. So obviously you need a bit of luck like any teams, but they can match it with Collingwood, no question about it. They're on the top of the ladder.